There's a fun little animated film on its way to theaters February 28th titled A Sloth Story. That's right, it stars Teo Vergara, Leslie Jones, Olivia Vasquez, Remy High, Benjamin Garono, and we had an opportunity to sit and talk with Teo Vergara to talk about their role as the character Laura, working with Leslie Jones, the rest of the cast, and here's what they had to say. Check it out. Teo, how you doing?
I'm doing so good. It's nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm awesome. Listen, for those of you who don't know, I'm sitting here talking to Teo Vergara. We're here talking about a new animated film titled A Sloth Story. And let me tell you, this thing is extremely adorable. I want to know, talk to me about like the process of because you come from theater. You've done a lot of theater stuff, a lot of musical comedy stuff, and now you're doing voice work in this. I want to talk about the transition for you. Like, what is that like going from, just being on stage and being vulnerable with the audience and then being behind the camera or behind the scenes, I should say, not even putting yourself out there and just using your vocals. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I come from a very music theater background, but
Mhm.
animation has always had a really soft spot in my heart. I've always wanted to do it. I love using my voice. I'm a singer, so I'm very musical. And I think that lended itself to doing voices for animation and finding Lauda's character. Because obviously theater is really heightened and like you're using your voice a lot. So I actually found a lot of similarities with that and doing voice acting. Um, yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, no, and there wasn't any singing in this either. I know you're probably bummed out about
I
that because
know.
most animated films come with singing, but this has
I know.
some really cool tones. There's a lot of, let me see, there's like a lot of humor, a lot of heart. There's also a lot of food fight action and some and some zombies, I mean zombies in this thing that
Yes.
it's very it's just a fun family heartfelt type of story, but there's a really important theme in this thing about finding yourself and acceptance within yourself and through your family. And I want to talk to you about, maybe like a personal journey. Like, was there things about that character, Laura, that you played that you connected with that helped this whole process of bringing this character to life?
Yeah, I mean, Lara obviously has a really huge sense of adventure and she's always wanting to be out there and go to the ends of the earth and experience life in the city with her friends, but also has a really big sense of responsibility to her family and her culture. And I think, being Latin Australian myself and having one foot there and one foot here that's just something that I also found in Laura, and I feel like that was a nice little through line for us. She's definitely a little part of me.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I see a lot of myself in her as well in the sense of adventure. I want to go travel the world one day. I'm a Sagittarius, so one day I will be out there.
Traveling the world.
Mm.
Your voice cast is it's pretty cool. Everybody is bringing, they're doing their job, they're doing their bringing their A game, I should say. Did you get a chance, an opportunity to record with everyone, or was it one of those scenarios where you'd come in, they would leave, or were you guys
Yeah,
together?
um, really, really lucky to get to work with the entire family. I The first 2 days of recording, we were all together in the same booth, which was so special because all that banter and chemistry that you hear in the movie was happening in real life. And I got to look at the actors and really like experience their reactions, and it was really, really special. And a lot of the scenes between Gabby, Olivia, and myself, Laura, were filmed, like recorded together. And she is such a beautiful actor as well. So it was really special to be able to work across from her.
Was were you only working with the family? You didn't get to work with like Leslie Jones or like the play your
No,
friends or things like that. Do you guys still
no.
have such great chemistry? It's like it feels like everyone's in the same room at the same
I
time.
know. Yeah, absolutely. No, I wish I got to work with Leslie Jones. Hearing her voice and my voice in the same scene, I was like, oh my goodness. That is truly wild, truly, truly wild. I hope I get to meet her one day. That would be fun.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will bump
Um,
into each other on the press tour or something.
I hope so.
Is there any particular scene in this film that you really enjoyed doing the most that you hope fans or people that see this take something from?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a redemption scene between Gabby and Laura where they kind of see each other for the first time and they're communicating in a way that they both understand. I think that what that scene was really special to record and felt really real and yeah, authentic. Also, the like whole action sequence right at the end was so much fun. It
Yeah.
was just it was really just a bunch of us just being silly in a booth, and that is the best way to make a movie, I think. It was really a lot of fun. There was a lot of improv, a lot of yelling, a lot of yeah, a lot of wilds as we call it. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, and you talk about that third act because it's really fun. Like it takes a turn in a place where you don't really think it's gonna go. You don't know where it's gonna go because there's so much heart, and you grasp the story immediately. There's really no surprises. You understand where the story is gonna go, but then that third act with the zombies and then it's fun. It's it's
Yeah.
it's extremely fun. I can imagine you guys are in the booth having a good time with that. I want to
Yeah.
really thank you Teo, for talking with me about this film because I think you all should check this film out, especially with your families, with your little ones. There's something in this movie for everyone. There's a lot of heartfelt moments in this, particularly the scene you were talking about. You guys are really in tune with that entire scene and that motion. I loved it so much. You all make sure you're checking out A Sloth Story in theaters February 28th nationwide.